As Dorian creeps up on the Maritimes, Atlantic Canadians are being told to prepare for vicious winds, torrential rain, and the potential for significant destruction. After targeting the Bahamas and the Carolinas, the massive storm will barge through Nova Scotia this weekend with a fury that could swamp properties in brown floodwater. The National Hurricane Center says Dorian is capable of producing a damaging storm surge and unleashing large waves and pounding surf in portions of the Gulf of St. Lawrence, southwestern Newfoundland, and eastern Nova Scotia.
Flooding, of course, when we get rainfall rates that exceed 20 millimeters per hour, which is very, very possible with this, almost likely. That overwhelms many systems, and you tend to get flash flooding.
In the Bahamas, victims are picking through the devastation after Dorian ravaged the northern islands earlier this week, killing at least 43 and leaving thousands homeless. Hurricane survivors have gathered at the destroyed local airport, waiting for relief supplies or flights off the island. Now Dorian has set its sights on the Halifax area. Government officials took the step on Friday of calling for voluntary evacuations for some residents. People living on Atlantic shorelines have been urged to pack up and leave their homes. Though Dorian will be less severe than Hurricane Juan in 2003, the municipality says it is expecting strong impact from the storm. Those impacts include prolonged power outages and blown away roof shingles. Flying debris the largest threat as Dorian pounds the province with winds reaching 140 kilometers per hour and heavy rain.
Right now, wipers on full setting when you're driving around for sure.
Matthew Moore from Halifax News 95.7 says residents are prepared to confront the hurricane.
For the days leading up to the storm, there's definitely a lot of people going out to try to collect supplies, water, propane from local stores and businesses. Long lineups, as you can imagine. But we kind of have this feeling in the back of our guts, I think, that we had Juan just a very short few years ago, and that led to a lot of devastation. So I think people are more concerned about this storm than they were about Juan, just knowing what impacts that a hurricane of this nature can have on the Atlantic region.
Communities in other provinces also preparing for impact.
This is going to be very close. The center of the storm is going to be very close to Halifax. From there, it's going to continue across Nova Scotia into the Gulf of St. Lawrence.
In a video address, New Brunswick's premier urging residents not to let their guard down.
This storm has a potential to cause significant damage, especially in southeastern New Brunswick, in the greater Moncton area, where we could see 100-kilometer-an-hour winds, similar to Tropical Storm Arthur.
Nova Scotia, already seeing damage and downed trees, has requested help from the federal government in cleanup efforts post-Dorian. Now, the Minister of Public Safety and Emergency Preparedness, Ralph Goodale, he says Ottawa is at the ready. He tweeted, "The Canadian Armed Forces are mobilizing to deploy to assist with the recovery." Meantime, Global Affairs Canada says it is providing emergency military support to parts of the Bahamas. A Canadian Armed Forces helicopter will join an airlift operation.